available to them on which they are basing this claim is very meager, and nothing can be said with certainty. But if not, then there is of course the possibility of intercommunication, and many scientists are already working on this. And in America itself, there is a group of scientists who is now funded by some agencies to work on a communication system with which, by which they could correspond with the aliens, they call them, or to receive signals from the aliens and to be able to interpret them. So that is all I had to say to your question. Thank you.
Jazakallah.
You have a question too? Come on. After.
Just my brother's question, just want to follow up.
Is he your brother or
No, my Muslim brother.
Just like your Muslim brother,
Yeah.
right? Yes.
Okay, Hazrat, the question is that since we've been blessed with Quran Sharif on this planet, and we've been blessed with such a person as Hadhrat Prophet Muhammad Mustafa Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, is it possible for the other people to be blessed with the same person and the same book?
This is a very big if indeed, because to share the same space and time does not require the same Sharia to be applicable to all. Now we are sharing this planet with hundreds of thousands of species of animal life. But because they differ, so the laws differ and the requirements differ. So because the animals I'm talking about are born in a period when the Sharia of Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam had been perfected for all mankind, so it does not mean that these animals are also liable to follow the Sharia, because their requirements are different. So how do you know that these forms of life which we are speaking about will have human form, human understanding, human way of life? So everything is unknown commodity. So we can't answer this. Yes, we find that there is exactly the ditto copy of man produced elsewhere. But then again the question will begin, was he waiting till the time that suddenly he will come into contact with earth and find the message of the Quran? What was God doing with them until that time? Were they not provided their own Sharia? If they were, what would be the fight about? We will tell them you follow our Sharia and they will tell us you follow our Sharia. It's all just conjectures and they don't mean anything. I'm quite sure if life has developed enough in other planets to be able to be in communion with God, then they would have had their message already with them. Thank you.
Jazakumullah.
Yes, please. Yes, after you. Just a minute.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
My question is this, that
And my question is, where are you from? Ghana?
yes sir,
Okay. Well, from Ashanti region?
yes sir.
Good. Come on.
Allah says in the Holy Quran, do not accept any religion apart from Islam.
Yes.
And saying that the Jews and the Christians, whatever good deed they do, they will have their reward with Allah. May I know the...
But you have not read all the conditions mentioned in the second part of your question. The Holy Quran never says that the Jews and Christians who do good will go to heaven. The Holy Quran says that whoever believes in God, whether he is a Jew or a Christian or belonging to any other book, and also believes in the hereafter, the day of judgment, and fully understands his responsibility, that he will be held answerable, then he does good deeds according to whatever he understands good to be, he has no fear, because Allah will not treat him beyond his capacity. This is a very logical declaration, and you can't change it. It's impossible. If you change the statement, then you'll have to believe that God is illogical. So this applies to all such situations where anyone belonging to Judaism or Christianity has not heard about Islam, or the message of Islam is not delivered properly enough to him for him to understand. This implies this, because whoever believes in God, it would be impossible for him to reject a prophet of God when he receives the message. So people don't understand this part. It is only applicable to such situations where people are incapable of deciding in favor of Islam. So naturally Allah will treat them according to their own capacity. Right?
Yes, sir. Exactly.
Yes, please. Now, who wanted you? Please come first. You see, the normal practice is that in front of a microphone, we create a small alley where those who want to ask questions come and sit in an orderly way. And whenever their turn comes, they get up and ask the question. So you better do the same here. You go and make a line behind this gentleman who is going to ask a question, and whenever your turn comes, you don't have to raise your hand, come forward and ask the question. Yes, please. Yes, Assalamualaikum.
My question is two questions. One is, I hope is going to be a small answer, because it's regarding the aliens. Is that, isn't it in Quran, it has been mentioned already that we are the ashraful makhlukats already, so we know where we stand in relation to other creations in the universe.
Where is it said that we are ashraful makhlukat?
Okay, I understood of that.
Okay.
No, it was my question. Is it
My question.
I don't know. Okay.
You don't know. So when you don't know whether it is said in the Quran or not, you shouldn't refer it to the Quran.
Okay.
Second question, please.
Second question was regarding we are living in United States, and they have a lot of...
You see, one thing I must tell you, that the Holy Quran uses fazzalnakum and fazzalahum, etc., etc., an expression which is related to certain contexts and situations. For instance, it says, we gave preference to the Jews, to the Israelites, over the rest of the world, over all the worlds, over Alameen. It doesn't mean they are better people than the Muslims who are to follow them. So these are relative terms.
Okay.
Right.
The second question is regarding the practices which were already existing in United States, which are like Halloween parties and also the Thanksgiving days, which a lot of people who are now...
You see, there are many parts to the ceremony of Halloween. Number one, there is the activity of the boys knocking at the door, scaring people. If they did not give them something, of chocolates or things, they would do something, some mischief. Obviously, anyone can understand this is against Islamic teaching. So that part of Halloween is absolutely forbidden. As far as the fancy dress is concerned, wearing a mask, etc., there is no harm. Children, of course, play, and many times